Okay. And this is an ottoman, but it's also a table.
Okay. Is it also storage?
No, I wish. That would be so cool if it was.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I don't have that.
Okay. Well, maybe next year.
I can try to match the crisscross applesauce thing really quick.
Have you, do you tell like New Year jokes? Like, I'll see you next year.
Oh, I'm just waiting to do it.
Can I tell you the best one I heard?
Please.
My Uber driver picked me up from the grocery store, and he like got in the car. He's like, "Oh, this is where we're going." Blah blah blah. A couple minutes later, he like giggles. He giggles to himself, and he goes, "You have enough groceries to last you till next year." And he like was so tickled by it.
What a beast!
I know.
I love when regular people dip their toes into our world, and you're like, "See, isn't it delightful? Isn't it fun?"
I had tears in my eyes from laughing. It was so silly.
Did you laugh in front of him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Like jokes are just like the timing of it has to be like perfect, and the way he did it, like there was enough silence that it was so good. It was a really good
and you had the
comedic instinct. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gotten to tell any yourself this year? Or I guess it is this year now.
It is this year. No, I haven't, and I probably won't.
I haven't told a good joke since last year. I haven't done stand-up since last year.
I haven't told a good joke since 2015.
What was the joke? What was the 2015 banger?
The 2015 banger, here's what it is.
Please.
Harry, do you know the difference between toilet paper and wallpaper?
What?
You don't know? Gross.
That's good.
Thank you.
Way to turn it on me.
Yeah,
that was great.
That was really audience.
Do you ever find that? I mean, I feel like you probably have a very good Rolodex of jokes like that. I feel like if I'm in a conversation where we're like talking naturally about comedy, I can just like bring them up. But whenever I'm in a situation, like I was in Australia and they just have street jokes. That's how they communicate to each other. Jokes. And I just was empty.
Yeah.
I was like, I should be able to fucking contribute.
No, because at the holiday party, I think, you were talking. We were all talking about them. Like everyone's street jokes. Everyone like presented one.
What?
Yeah.
At the holiday party?
Yeah, at the holiday party.
No.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were.
And I was like on fire. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't. How many did we? Yeah, we had like a circle, like 5 or 6, though.
I think so.
That's enough to get inertia.
That is inertia, like to stop
like
it.
Like momentum.
Okay, so the opposite of inertia.
I thought
inertia like slows down momentum.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
I've been misusing it.
Inertia
for the past
is
year.
like the car you're driving. The car stops, but you keep going.
Because you've got inertia.
No, because you have momentum, but then.
Inertia, momentum, and inertia.
Well, let's get a physicist on the line, maybe.
Ring, ring.
More
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's your podcast, Harry. What would you like to talk about today?
So bad at this. Well, it's the new year, so let's evaluate how you think your stand-up career went over the past 365 days, and then where you're going to go toward, and really, really visualize this.
Okay. Not good.
Not good.
How about you?
Not good. I'd probably mirror not good.
Okay.
I'd say not good, punctuated by really awesome.
Okay.
Punctuated by really bad.
I think that's fair.
But generally aggregate, probably not good.
Are you a resolution person? Do you set resolutions?
I'm a big resolution person.
Okay. What was your resolution for last year? Or resolutions?
Quit the podcast.
Okay.
They're not resolutions, they're just goals. It's like read a certain number of books, do a certain number of sets, that kind of stuff. I failed both of those.
How many books were you aiming for?
I got 23 out of 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
That counts. You couldn't read like a short story to just...
You know what's funny is my mom gave me this old picture book that it belonged to my grandfather, whose name was Harry, and he was super funny, and he did all these impersonations and everything. We have like a fucking thing. Anyway, she was like, you'll really like this. And last night I was sitting in the apartment, and I was like, dude, I could just bang this out. I could. This is a 60-page picture book, and I could log it on Goodreads.
60 pages for a picture book?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'll show it to you. It's like a vintage picture book. So it's not, you have to do a little work.
Yeah,
it would take like maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot of brain power.
But I set my goal for next year to be 30.
Okay.
And so what I'm going to do is bang it out today, put it toward the 30.
Oh, that counts. I mean, 23 were they chapter books?
Mostly Magic Treehouse and like the Hardy Brothers.
Okay.
That reminds me of Owen Damon's joke where he's like, I can't even remember what it is, but he's like, I read books, like chapter books. It's such a funny distinction to be like, you read chapter books, right? Like the real ones.
Yeah.
Do you read chapter books?
I read chapter books.
What kind of chapter books are you into?
I read nonfiction, which makes me
Oh.
like really insufferable, but it's so fun.
I prefer
It's-
nonfiction.
yeah, and
I
then-
have to force myself to read fiction.
Yeah, and then you can like be in a conversation and you can be like, oh, here's a fun fact about that, and like derail it and just shut it down,
yeah.
which is something I love to do.
And then when someone's like, how did you know that? I read it in a book. I put so much work in.
I joined a nonfiction book club, which is
No
very
way.
fun and silly. Yeah, it's really fun. Like they all fight with each other, kind of like in a really good-natured way. But it's like it'll be like the silliest arguments. It's very fun.
What's an example?
I read we'd read this book about like garbage, like what happens to your garbage,
Mm-hmm.
and turns out recycling is actually like not that good. But they'll like one guy will be like, well, like we just need to produce more trash, and someone else would be like, I don't think that's good, Bill, and then they'll kind of like fist fight a little bit.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Are you all sitting in a circle like AA style with the book in your lap?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And what's the timeline for having to read the book?
There's just one a month. So
One a month?
I'll read it in the few days before the meeting.
You just grind it?
I just grind it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
we
stressful. Have
speed
you ever
read.
gone in and not have
Well,
finished the book?
they actually are very strict. Like the first time I went to it, they were like, "Did you read the book?" And I was like, "Yeah, like the last few chapters I had to skim," and they were like really upset about it, kind of. So
Yeah.
now if you have to at least lie and say that you read the whole thing.
Totally.
Yeah. What are you reading?
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading a 750 page. I have to say the page number.
Why is it that long?
It's this book called Aztec, and it's the craziest book I've ever read in my entire life.
Okay.
And it's the first person point of view of somebody who grows up in the Aztec Empire,
Okay.
all the way up until like the Spanish come and like Cortez takes over the Aztecs.
Okay. Is it anthropological? Like it's like based on?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like painstakingly researched. So it's like the single most immersive history book I've ever read. I mean, it's
Okay.
historical fiction, but it's like unbelievably great, and the details are crazy, and like you feel like you're really there. And it's an entire guy's life, from conception to death. And he's the one that they nominate to tell the history of his people to the Spanish friars.
Okay.
So it's between him talking to them, and then it's like letters to the king being like, this guy's fucking nuts. Everything he's telling us is crazy.
Yeah.
But the most intensely weird sex scenes of any book that I've ever read.
So that's like 740 pages.
Like literally, it's funny because they have the Aztec names for it. So a penis is a tepuli and a pussy is a tepili. So, and like, I mean, I didn't know any
I'm
of
just
this.
picturing this guy like researching for this book, and he's like getting pissed at his wife. He's like, you don't realize how hard my job is.
Seriously. Yeah, and then he just makes all the women super one-dimensional. He's like, see? Like literally the main character, first of all, he lost his virginity to his sister who raped him at a quarry because she slipped mushrooms into his like
Jesus
cup or whatever.
Christ.
And then he started seeing the clouds melt together, and then his sister, all of a sudden he saw her flowery tapili, and then she put his tapuli inside the tapili.
Yeah.
There's a name for the clit too. It's like it's like a QX name. I
You
can't
know
pronounce
it.
I know if I saw it, I'd be like, that's clit
That's-
in Aztec in Mexico. But yeah. I mean, it's very the female characters are so one-dimensional. It's like, it's really funny to me though.
They like come into the room. They're like, I'm a bitch and a whore.
Literally, there is one they're like, nice to see you, I'm bitch whore. That's like their name. Because he's like Dark Cloud, they're like, I'm bitch whore.
Maybe later I'll rape my brother.
Dude.
Yeah.
They all do. It's so funny. It's funny because I love how anybody that's great at one thing always has a huge deficiency in another one.
Yeah.
It's like, this is clearly like
A woman cuts him off in
history.
traffic.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, there's
like, I
another
can't wait
whore in my book. And she's going to be a princess whore. I mean, so the main character worked for this one lady, as he's really good at drawing. And so she was one of the concubines of the king of this one province. And he was basically assigned to do whatever she asked of him. Like, no questions asked. You have to obey her. And on the first day, she was like, your mission, should you choose to accept it, Mixedly Dark Cloud, is go out into the square, find a suitable male for me to bring back. And then she would have sex with the guy, and he had to draw a picture of it happening. And then she would murder the guy and then have the skeleton reconstructed into like a statue, and she just had a pantheon of all the bodies
Okay.
that she had sex with.
Okay,
So
so
he was just
meticulously
complicitly-
researched, you said.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So that's there's a little creative liberty
Okay, just a tiny
that's
bit,
being taken.
yeah.
But it's funny because it goes from that, and it's like, so you're like reading it, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then the next page is the Spanish friars talking to the king about it, and they're like, this guy's insane. He's nuts. And the king is like, no, let him keep going. I'm interested. Yeah.
Okay, so 750 pages. How long is that going to take you to read?
I only have 200 something left.
Oh, wow. That's
I've
pretty
been
fast.
working through that. It looks absurdly. It's like the most dense.
Are there pictures?
No.
Oh,
No.
that's tough.
I could use some pictures. I'm writing my next book now. I'm thinking of making it a picture book.
You did write a book. That's right.
I did.
How long did that take you?
That took like, I mean, from beginning to end, it was like 8 months.
Okay.
Which isn't that long.
Did you have like a habit for writing?
No, honestly. I
Okay.
broke my hand, which helped a lot, which you think it would
You think
for
it would?
typing.
Yeah.
Because I was playing lacrosse,
Mhm.
and then I broke my hand, so I couldn't play lacrosse anymore.
It's hard.
So then it was very hard.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
the
sure
worst thing that's ever happened.
I'm sure. Yeah. If
No,
you're
it
used to
actually
it.
is.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure
fun.
it's really difficult.
Thank you.
Mhm.
But yeah, so anytime we had practice or anything, I would just be reading on how to write, and then anytime I was at practice, I'd be on the sideline just sitting about my book, thinking about my book, and then I'd get home just type. But I didn't actually have like a Stephen King writes 6 pages every day,
Yeah.
and I admire that a lot.
Mhm.
It's like the Seinfeld thing where he sits down and just writes every single day, and you're like, I don't know if I could do that. To some capacity, yeah, it's like you can write every day, but
I
to be
feel
so
like
regimented,
you do have a lot of habits from what I know of you. Like you do things like habitually.
I try.
Yeah. So, okay. Because I want to write a book, but I don't have like discipline at all.
Do you know what you want to write about?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I want it to be nonfiction because that's what I read.
That's way harder.
Yeah, I think so. But
Like infinitely harder.
I know. But I really there's like a lot of like, have you heard of Bill Bryson, the writer? He does.
Yeah, I
it's
love
just, like,
Bill Bryson.
People who do like deep dives on like one topic and it's like super well researched and like interesting. And some authors have like narrative in there, and that's like what appeals to our brain. So it'd be fun to do like a narrative, but it's also like nonfiction.
That's the most impressive form of writing, in my opinion, is where
Yeah.
it's nonfiction, but you make it seem
Yes.
narrative.
And it also has to be interesting. And like one of my pet peeves about nonfiction writing, especially because I read a lot of philosophy too, and like a lot of like really smart people like want to sound smart. So instead of writing like subject verb, it's like convoluted. And that like people think like in law school, like that's what they tell people. They're like, don't try to sound smart. Like the smartest people write at like a 7th grade reading comprehension level because you want it to be like easily readable. And so like my pet peeve is when people like want to sound smart, but it's just taking you longer to like get through the book, and it's the
It's
same
inefficient.
point. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's very dumb. They're not achieving their goal.
Exactly.
Couldn't agree more, especially when people are doing it in real life, and you're like, clearly you don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
clearly
about.
you're
It's-
stupid.
You're just
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
just using these, and don't you love it when they use words in the wrong way, and you're just like, you're gonna keep going,
Yeah.
but they have so much
That's right.
inertia at that point.
They do. Yeah. A lot of gravity.
Stephen
would
King
say.
also said that. He was like, you can write in all the flowery bullshit language you want. If people can't understand it, you're not a good writer.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I do like once every 3 pages, I want one word that I like have to look up. Like I still want some big vocab. Like the word I read yesterday, it's the word also rans. So like there's winners and also rans, like in a race.
Oh, that's funny.
Like
That's
Bill
like a
won.
neologism.
Yeah. So then
also ran. That's really good.
that's like a fun way
And
of
they're
saying
an
like
also ran.
losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
really silly.
I have an ongoing list of words in my notes app.
Me
Just
too.
anytime really.
I think we went over this.
How many have
before.
you added since last time?
Not a ton.
Yeah, I'll have phases where I'll just have words stuck in my head throughout the day. I'll just be like somnambulist and just be thinking about it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And then other days it's just a void.
It's also I'll like write them down, but then I'll never remember them or use them. And
Well,
then
so
it's
you've
still
never
stupid.
had a moment where you just accidentally used it and you're like, oh my God.
No.
That's happened like twice for me.
Fair.
It was a
I think
big
if
deal.
anything, I'll like understand the word when someone else says it, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "We're on the same page." I don't know how to
You're
say
like,
it, but I know what you're talking about.
So that's how you
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Literally. Okay, so your goal was to read 24 books. How many sets did you want to do?
Oh man, it's so embarrassing because of how far off I
No,
live. And you know what's funny is I set a more ambitious goal.
that's fine.
It's like a
That's
fat
good.
person. My dad would do this every year where like, because he was always fat. For as long as I knew him, it was allegory of the fat. It was always fat. That's all I knew was the fat. I didn't know there was another option than the fat. But so every year he would sit on the couch and he would hold his belly and he'd go, "This is the year.
This is the year.
I'm getting rid of it." And you'd be like, "No, you're not."
Did he ever make progress?
Well, that's the thing is he would always he would always it's the cliche of everybody's in the gym on January 1st and then fucking I don't know.
How long would he go for?
2nd. I mean, he would have and I hate because I fall into this same thing, but on a weekly basis, where he would be good for 3 months and then just suck for like 6 and just completely revert.
Oh, it's like go really hard or like don't go at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of people do that, and I do that with stand up, where it's like Monday I'm doing like a lot of sets, Tuesday a lot of sets, Wednesday maybe 1 or 2, Thursday I've earned a day off, Friday I can't even do a set today, Saturday I'm working, Sunday I feel like shit, I have to turn my life around, Monday I'm really gonna go for it.
Well, at least it's not like cycle. A weekly. I mean, it could be like you don't do it for like 2 months and then
that's true.
And then you're every night at a mic telling jokes. Okay.
Well, you did that. You quit for like a full year and then just hopped back on the horse, which is fucking crazy to me. I think the only thing harder than starting once would be
starting twice. It does suck because like when you start, like obviously you suck. Everyone thinks you suck. And then after a certain point, like people start like complimenting you. You think like, oh, like people like to a certain extent have some tiny bit of respect for me. And then you come back and you're bad again. And like you can see them lying to you and being like good set. And that's what sucks the most.
I was listening to the pod that we did yesterday just so I could like get a quick refresher and see how awkward it was. And you said that you like learned the psychology of lying and that you can tell when everybody's lying.
It's actually so brutal. The other day, oh my god.
You're telling me every fist bump's not genuine?
No. The other night I went to a mic and the person in front of me crushed. She was so funny. It was like so brilliant, so perfectly timed. I like told 3 friends about it. It was so good. And then I went afterwards, I did new jokes, ate shit. And so I said to the person before me, like, that was like really phenomenal. That was really good. And he was like, oh, I really liked your one joke that got like no laughs whatsoever. I was like, you don't have to do that.
Do you think he actually did like that joke?
There's no way. It's like, it's not even a joke. It was just a concept.
I respect the guy because that's my move.
Yeah, when you like remember a joke.
I'll try to cherry pick.
Like it was really interesting that you brought that up.
Let's start a dialogue around this line that you had that didn't quite go the way you thought it was going to. No, we don't want to talk about me crushing. But I was I like got some comedy book by a bunch of writers, and the only thing that stuck with me is there was one guy and he was like, learn how to take a compliment. It's one of the most invaluable skills that you can have.
I have like there are certain people that I notice when they take a compliment well, and I'm like, that's really endearing. Yeah. And like I want to be able to do that.
That might be a resolution.
Yeah.
Learn how to take compliments well.
Okay.
That and asking for things.
Okay. I think that's a really good resolution.
Thank you.
How many things are you going to ask for this year?
So, do you know Dan Donahue?
I know the name.
He's a touring headliner, big comic, big guy, muscly guy. Okay. His mom was a bricklayer. His dad was a yoga teacher.
Mom. Okay.
Yeah, that's what has to happen. Cool. But so he's a good comic. So a year ago I got to do when I did Vouch. He saw me and then let me do Zanies. Nice. So that's where that picture is from.
Huge.
Which is corny.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's in the left of that, and I'm shaking my friend's hand. But anyway, so I did that, and then like a month and a half ago, I woke up super sick, and then I was like, fuck, I at least have to work out today. So I went to the gym, worked out, and then I reposted one of Dan's reels just because I thought it was funny. And then Keaton Ford was like, are you opening for him tonight? And I was like, I didn't even know he was in Chicago. And he was like, you have to ask. Like, you have to ask. And I was like, I can't do it. I'm such a pussy. Like, I just was sitting in my break room at work. I was even telling my coworkers, and they were like, yeah, dude, ask.
Yeah.
Because they don't know if it's a big deal or whatever. And he was at the Den, too. So I was like, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
And then I asked, and like immediately he was like, yeah, come through. Do time.
That's incredible.
I know. So then I got to do it.
All you have to do is ask.
I know. I got to do it.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And like Matt and Drew and Jackson were all there. And then the next day, Dan was like, do you still work at the rock climbing gym? And I was like, by matter of fact, I do. It's about to close, but it's currently still open. It's somehow still open as of having this conversation. It wasn't supposed to be. But so then he came and he just like was so forthcoming with advice and like could tell that I was a green little bitch. And I literally told him, I was like, dude, I was so afraid to ask you for this spot. And he was like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's silly.
Yeah.
And that made me feel so good to hear somebody in the position of being asked to be like, you have to do that.
Right.
And then he texted me and he said, this Monday, but he said, this Monday, submit to 3 shows and keep doing that every Monday until you're famous.
I mean, it's so true. Like, there's so many people where it's like you have the amount of talent. It's just like perseverance and asking for things. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's your plan? What are you gonna do?
Every Monday, I'm gonna reach out to 3 people.
Okay.
Yeah, and already from doing that, I've got a 20-minute set.
Wow.
And a 15-minute set.
That's huge.
Yeah.
In January?
In February.
Okay.
But then a guy from Memphis DM'd me out of nowhere and was like, do you want to feature in Memphis?
That's so cool.
And he saw me and I was like, where did this guy see me? And then I scrolled up and he said like, hey, great set tonight. And I went in my recordings and it was Fresh Faces from September. And
that's
I was like,
so exciting.
Whoa, this is crazy. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's huge.
Pretty sick.
Okay, so how are you going to keep yourself like accountable to that?
I'm probably gonna call Keaton Ford because
Okay.
he's my wingman for that stuff,
Sure.
and just be like, "Hey, I'm being a bitch today," and then he's gonna yell at me.
Okay, I think that's a
What
good
about
plan.
you?
Like, what's my goal? Like,
Well, are you able to keep yourself accountable with that kind of stuff?
No. Okay. I think I told you my 2-year plan. 2026. I'm gonna get very good at comedy, so look out for that. I'm gonna be actually good. And then 2027, I'm gonna be famous.
Yes.
So there's gonna be some steps in there, I'm assuming, in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's just like being like if you post like even a mediocre clip like every 3 days, eventually it's gonna take off. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose, but that's not the route you're gonna go, is it?
No.
But yeah, it's like there have to be. What you were just saying about like perseverance is like there have to be ways around. Like I feel like as long as you're working on it in some respect, as hard as you can be in that facet, it's making progress. But it's like there are categories of things that I don't even want to touch, and that's sort of one of them.
Well, those are the 2 big things: are asking for things and like posting stuff on the internet. Which I was gonna ask you, why don't you post more like podcast clips?
I honestly don't have a good answer for you.
Okay.
My friends ask me the same thing, and I just like I don't know.
Okay.
I sort of, it's like I want it to be a thing where it just gets to the point where it's people just find it organically, and then they go through and it's like an adventure for them, and they get to find it.
By finding it organically, what do you mean? They're like,
I mean, I don't have to do any
like
work.
someone in Michigan is like,
someone in Malaysia is like, oh, post that berry.
Okay, that's
I
a plan.
have a
Also,
2% listenership in Taiwan.
okay, that's huge.
Not bad.
Yeah,
I have 24.
like 2% of Taiwan listens to this.
Dude, that would be so cool. I would love if that was how Spotify told you your stats. Got 2% of an entire country.
Yeah.
That would be super cool. No, I don't know. I
mean,
mean, well, I have to ask about your 26, 27 plan because so 26 get good, obviously. I can envision that.
Yeah.
Perseverance, grinding, being money, all that stuff. Simple. But 27, so 27 is when you're famous.
Yeah, that's when I'm famous.
So is this like a Cinderella thing where like the clock hits midnight on January, and it's 2027 and then you're famous? Or are you famous going into 2028?
Yeah, this is a really good question. I appreciate the curiosity. Yeah, 2027, by 2027, I will be famous. I don't know what day in 2027, but by the end of 2027, we run into each other on the street. I'm like, it's Harry, right?
You're not going to remember my name.
No.
You're still in Chicago? I mean, it's one of the, to be the most famous comedian in Chicago, it's a lower standard.
It's a very low standard.
No offense to all the famous comics in Chicago.
No, they are very famous and very successful. But also, what does fame even mean, right?
What does fame mean? What does fame mean to you?
Fame just means international acclaim.
Okay.
I visit Taiwan. They say that's where in Warwick.
This is the 98%
2% of our country listens to our podcast. No, I do think fame is easy. It's just you just have to really believe. I think think if you're not an idiot and you really believe, you will be famous. But you need that like basis to be like good.
Yes, you need a good foundation.
You need to be solid.
Yeah, and you have that already.
No, I don't.
Okay, so that's 2026.
That's 2026. That's what that's for. Yeah. And then after that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post really controversial takes on the internet.
That's good.
I think it's very good. Some hot takes.
Yeah.
And after that, I'll post some clips. Maybe I'll start some beef with someone. I don't know yet who. And then from there, it's just you're famous, and that's easy.
That's the perseverance route. What are you going to do with your fame once you have it?
It's going to be used for evil, I think.
For evil?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell
like big scale, or like are you going to just like Stranger Things, there's this one small town that I'm going to wreak havoc on?
Not wide scale, but like one specific issue I will make like very evil. You know, like I think like euthanize all dogs. Like,
Ooh.
like Kentucky
should be
or
more
something.
specific. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'll like really focus on it. So that's what I'll do. Have your like big dreams? Because I've asked you what your like actually I do remember what it is. You said that your like dream in comedy is Passed at the Cellar.
Yeah.
Is that still the case?
It is still the case, but for whatever reason, you know, this is funny because I'm so bad at answering questions in a succinct way. But there's a girl who like stays at my gym after when I'm there, and she's super nice, and she gave me a joint, and we were smoking out back, and I'd already locked up the gym, and she mentioned Nate Bargatze, and I was like, dude, you made a huge mistake. I just like started nerding out on comedy, and then I unlocked the gym to go back into the gym and like turn on one of the computers behind the front desk, and then I just sat her down and just made her watch like 30 minutes of Norm Macdonald
30
on
minutes?
Conan. Like, I'm not even
was
kidding.
she at least laughing, or was it like
laughing.
Okay, that's a lot better
But, I mean,
than
whether
like
or
you're
not
like
she meant it,
yeah.
But I was just like, isn't this great? And then she was like, I was like, what are you doing tonight? She was like, nothing, I'm here. And then I was like, yeah.
She's like, I'm doing this.
Obviously.
I'm on YouTube.com.
It was like one. And then I was like, all right, see you later. But I was like,
so lovely. That's so fun.
I just made her sit down, and I was like, it was like young Conan, young Norm, and I was like, isn't this the best? Professor of the Board, I bet it's spelled Bored. And then I came back from that, and I was obviously high, and I just watched like 2 more hours of Conan, and I was like, dude, maybe I should host the Tonight Show. Maybe I should reprise that dream.
You should. I mean, honestly, yeah, go for it. I think I told you, like, I didn't realize it's hard to like have like to like host a conversation because you have to like actively like do things. Like, here's the hard part: you have to listen to what the other person's saying.
That's true.
I never do that.
No.
That's not the fun part. And then you also have to talk, and it has to be. You can't talk in a way that like just trails off.
It has to sort of connect, like weave with what they've said.
It's very difficult.
It is difficult.
It's a high level skill.
Yeah. I like that it's in front of a live audience. That's very
true.
interesting to me.
I
like the stakes of that.
That is interesting.
And I would want it to be like a Dick Van Dyke thing where it's like, the desk is kind of weird, right? When's the last time you had a conversation with somebody behind a desk?
It's been a while.
Yeah. And you feel like they have the power.
That's true. Yeah, there are.
It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, even like I think there's dynamics about like who's like sitting taller. And,
yeah. And also there's like a thing where it's like the host never sits down before the guest. So that's
he's like already established, or she.
Joan Rivers hosted for a little bit. Thank you. I saw a video. It was like a breakdown of Stephen Colbert and Conan, and it was like the beginning of their friendship or whatever. And Conan came on to Colbert's show, and he kept like faking the sit down and standing back up, faking the sit down, standing back up. And I thought it was funny, like when I was watching it. But then I watched this guy like break it down, and he was like, "Well, they he was like, the host never sits down before, so this is a power play by Conan O'Brien." And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And that's why, if you've noticed how I do the pod, I always sit down second.
Oh, that is really nice.
No, I don't do that on purpose. It would be funny if I was just on the couch talking and you were still walking around and I was like, sit down. We're going to do this.
I was power playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think you like about hosting as opposed to like doing stand-up comedy?
I mean, I think stand-up's the best. That's the problem is like, my 2 dreams conflict.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then also it's like, well, you have the dreams of becoming best friends with star NHL players and then hanging out with their posse and then getting linked in. Jack Hughes is he's New Jersey Devils. You obviously know him. He's one of your favorites. He cut his hand at a steak dinner or whatever.
Yeah, I hated that.
But he's dating Tate McRae.
Okay.
And so through my logic, I was like, well, when I move to New York and I, get some notoriety, he's obviously going to come to a show at the Cellar and then see me
course. Mm-hmm.
and then be like, that guy's cool. Let's hang out. We're going to be hanging out. Tate's probably going to wander by.
Of course.
And then Tate's going to be like, I have a friend that you would love. And I'd be like, Tate, get out of here. You are so ridiculous. So that's sort of the other. And that can't happen if I'm hosting the Tonight Show every night.
Oh, I disagree.
Oh, really?
Let me paint a picture for you, Harry.
Please, paint.
You're hosting the Tonight Show.
I'm hosting the Tonight Show.
Um,
It's the Tonight Show.
Yeah, something like that. And the guy who has the hand cut, whose name
Jack Hughes?
Yeah, he comes in and he's like, I would really love to get into hosting, but it's just such a high level skill. I can't fathom
He's saying
that
that
I
to
can
me?
do that. He's just saying that to himself walking in. He's like, I
Oh,
would
of
just
course.
love to learn how to host. He goes there, he goes, wow, that guy sat down second. He's really got something. He afterwards, he's in the parking lot and he drops his wallet.
Oh, no.
And someone goes to steal it.
Oh, my God.
And they get away, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
But he's kind of distraught, and he's thinking about like what really matters to him because it's not money.
Of course.
It's hosting skills.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to become the world's best host. He reaches out to Harry Meredith. He says, I really love what you did. You mentor him for a series of years, never asking for anything other than his
I would
friendship.
never do that.
And then one day, hold on. I got it. I don't do improv.
The
so this
picture
is,
was being painted so fluidly.
one day,
This is.
he gets in a car accident. You're
No.
sitting. It's not a major
He's
one.
had so many bad
I know.
things happen to
but
him.
You're sitting passenger side. He gets into a car accident.
Okay.
What is he, a woman? And
You really get it.
that is actually one of my favorite running jokes. Is whenever like one of my female friends drives me for the first time, I'll be like, Katie, you're a really good driver for a woman. And it gets like a really big laugh. And it's like a really fun running joke. And so like now it's like my friend sent me a voice memo the other day. I'm getting back to the story, don't worry.
Of course.
But she sent me a voice memo and she like told the story. She like almost got hit by a truck. And then
Oh,
she was
wow.
like talking about like, she's like, Lauren, you should like get a like easy job, but not a truck driver because you're a woman. And it was like so curated. I was so tickled.
Yeah, I
but
love
anyway,
that.
you get in a car accident with Caitlin Clark. And you get out, you exchange phone numbers.
Oh,
And
I
that's how it
see
happens.
where this is.
Can you cut that out, that whole part?
No.
I didn't care for that.
No, I absolutely can't. I'm sorry. It's too intertwined because you jumped around. So now the context.
So this
completely
Aztec
lost.
book, it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, very sexual. Yeah. Fame. Gonna be famous. I had a guy at my gym, and he asked me this because I know that it's all about fame for you, and and I want to dig psychologically into that. But this guy at my gym who's an actor, he was like, I know you just want to be famous. And I was like,
Like an accusation.
yeah. He was like, why do you do stand up? And I was like, I love jokes. I like making people laugh. And he's like, you just want to be famous.
You fucking idiot. You loser dumbass.
Part of me just wanted to be like, yeah, I do. But it was such a crazy accusation to be like, no, you just want to be famous. And then I was like, no, I don't want that.
Do you think you would handle fame well?
No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely
It's tricky.
not.
Yeah, it's really tough.
I did like the Ian Zide show at the Moisha house, and then two of those guys followed me and then DM me, and they're like, "We're your biggest fans. We're gonna come to all your
That's so
shows."
nice.
And then they came.
You
to
were like, "Fuck
They
off."
came to a link. I was like, "Thank you so much. This is so cool. I'm building a loyal following." And then they came to a show. They came to They came to a show at Rabbit Hole. And one of the guys just didn't take off his bike helmet the entire time.
That's fine.
And
You
they
learn
were
about
like waving to
safety.
me. They're like, "We're your biggest fans." And I was like, "No." And then they came to a Lincoln Lodge show and they saw me there and they're like, "Hey man, you crushed." And then he was like, "Can I get a drink for you?" And I was like, "No." And then they just left, and I was like,
really-
"Dude, I can't be
It got to
famous.
your-
I can't." That's what I mean. I was already a
got
piece
really
of shit.
somber. Yeah.
I was like, I got
I had to
two
quit this immediately.
nerdy Jewish fans, and I was like, this is way more than I can deal with.
It's really tricky. I remember I hosted a show and I thought I did really bad, but this one woman messaged me afterwards and was like, "We thought you were so funny. When are the exact next dates that you're having a show? I would like to
Whoa.
go." And I had to ask like 3 people because she followed me. I was like, "Do I follow her back? Like, what's the etiquette?" And
too.
I spiraled for like 36 hours.
Uh-huh.
I followed her back, but I felt weird about it because it's like a private account. Now I'm like seeing her and her kids.
Yeah.
And it feels intrusive.
This is a personal relationship
yeah,
now.
Exactly. So it's not going to work out.
The
for
fame?
Me. Mm-mm.
The fame thing?
No.
But then, of course, you can always have the thing. I mean, the ultimate goal, if we're, Tonight Show, whatever.
Sure.
Cellar, beer in a can.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's to become Larry David.
Of course.
That's the goal. To where you ascend so high that...
Do you start to look like him as well?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All the hair just here
That's my goal
starts
as well.
going.
Yeah.
You would look so funny.
I show up.
You know what? You would
next
actually
year.
you'd expedite your fame journey if you shaved the front 3/4 of your head and didn't just address it or anything. That would really help you out.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm right on the precipice. But the Larry David haircut, I think,
Yeah,
is
you're
what's
so
going to
close
push
to being able to
me
achieve it.
over the edge.
Yeah, but the fact that he's able to be like playfully cynical and then like not want to be social and like people love that about him. I'm like, dude, that's like everybody knows you don't talk to that guy.
Right.
But they still are like, I love that guy. That's the dream.
Yeah, its personability is a huge part of it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, I think I can teach myself that skill.
Oh, you don't think you already have it?
No.
Personability?
No, definitely not. Like whenever I see someone who's personable, I'm like writing down notes in my notebook. I'm like, all right, they're making eye contact. That seems good.
I literally read a book. I was in Tokyo International Airport and I was like, I need a book for the flight. And it's a book called like how to see others deeply or something. Or like how to have meaningful conversations. And I bought it as a podcast host. I didn't buy it as somebody that was
As
like,
a layperson,
I want to
yeah.
really get into whatever you're talking about. I got it as a podcast host. But of course, after the first like 40 pages, it's like, empathy. And I'm sitting on the plane like, oh, I have to fucking read this. And then the last part is like wisdom. And you're like, oh, God damn it. But it did give a lot of good stuff.
Okay,
But
have
the
you
reason
used-
I'm bringing that up is because now I've had it's like how to keep a conversation going and how to have a conversation with people. And it's like what you were saying about like knowing when people are lying. And it's like there are two kind of people. There are illuminators and diminishers. And it's pretty straightforward.
that's fair.
When you
Okay,
talk
I was
to
saying-
somebody, an illuminator, when you talk to them, you gain energy.
Right.
You talk to a diminisher, it's draining. You don't care. They're boring. Be an illuminator, whatever.
Okay.
And then it was like assessing different kinds of people and how they are in conversation, and then how to keep their conversation going. And it's obvious. It's just all about them. There's like a lady who had a conversation with.
Do you have a dog?
No.
Okay. That's fair.
There was a lady who had a conversation with these two politicians, and after the first conversation, she said, like, I left leaving thinking that guy was the most interesting man in the world. And then after the second one, she was like, I left thinking I was the most interesting person in the world. And it's like, that's what charisma is. It's making other people feel
Talent.
interesting, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But because of that, I've just been like practicing it.
Yeah. I was
And-
going to ask for examples if you've been like using it.
I see that box right over there,
Uh-huh.
the cardboard box that hasn't been opened. That's a
Yeah.
Wii, because
Okay.
that Wii is broken.
Okay.
And the only reason I got that is because, and also part of it is just like be forthcoming. People are very willing to have conversations with you
Yeah.
about very deep things. Nobody asks people deep
Right.
questions. So when they actually do, they're always willing to have it. They even did a thing where on a train, like on a commute, they just like had an entire car of people. They were like, you're not allowed to use your phone. You have to have a conversation with somebody. And even the introverts loved it. Like everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And they were like, why are we not doing this? And then the next day they went back to not doing it.
Yeah, there's so much that
That's
like
crazy.
prevents people. I'm trying to do something similar where like I have family members who are like really outgoing. Like you're like out to lunch with them and they're like talking to like the people that work there and like asking them questions. And you're like, how are you doing this?
It's magical.
Yeah. So I've been
Yeah.
like actively trying to do it, but I'm kind of like 0 for 2 because last time I tried to do it, I was in the elevator at my building and like someone else was like walking in with me and I like tried to start a conversation and they like glared at me and like kept talking to each other. I was like, I'm never doing this again. So I think it's just like you have to like do it anyway and like sometimes it's not going to go well.
Yeah, that's part of it. Is just the failure. I think that so much of it is circumstantial, and there's like so many little. It's like I like your shirt. I don't give a fuck about your shirt. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, but that will work 10 times out of 10. Well, so the box with the Wii,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then I'll
sorry.
ask what your other failure
No,
was.
please tell me. Sorry.
The box with the Wii in it. So I need a new Wii, and this guy at my gym, the maintenance guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like a heavier set dude,
Fred?
He looks like a maintenance guy.
Okay, Gary.
You're pretty close.
Greg.
Stop, because you're gonna get it.
Corey.
No, a little colder, but I just like I offhandedly mentioned to this guy one time. I was like, because I was just complaining about not having a Wii. I was like, I need a Wii. I love Wii Sports. I love Wii Golf. And then he was like, you love Wii? I love Wii.
Whoa.
And I was like, you love Wii? And then he was like,
incredible.
yeah, I'm a huge Wii guy. I have 4 Wiis. And I was like, you have 4
Whoa.
Wiis? And he was like, yeah, man. And he's like, Wii, I mean, I can't get enough of Wii. I got the Wii, everything Wii. And then I was like, wow, could I get a Wii from you? And he was like, yeah, like $40, I'll give you a Wii. That was like 7 months ago.
Okay.
And every single time I saw him, and he couldn't even remember my name. And I would be like, hey, where's my Wii, Gork? And then he'd be like, oh, shit, I forgot. So then about a month ago, he came in and he was wearing a Seattle Seahawks hat. And I was watching the game and I was like, oh, are you a Seattle Seahawks fan? I'm going to start a conversation.
You crushed it
I know.
conversationally, yeah.
I was like, I'm in. And then he was like, oh, no, I was just in Portland recently, though, which is near there. But I know somebody from there. And I was like, who do you know there?
Great question.
There's this girl
Yeah.
there. And I was like, how do you know her? Oh, we used to work together. In what line of work? I used to be a DJ at strip clubs.
Whoa,
and she was one of the dancers.
now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, so then he starts telling me about an entire career, and his eyes have lit up.
Whoa, these are really good questions.
Clearly the last time that I don't think he's ever talked to somebody that he wasn't very close with about this.
Right.
And he's telling me all about, I mean, we got into such minutia to where he was explaining to me that if a girl isn't like doing her job on stage, what color light you shine on her, because he's like, if you put yellow light, she's got to get her act together, because nobody looks good in yellow light.
Okay.
But if she's doing good, throw her a red. If she's doing really good, throw her a purple.
Interesting.
And then he was like, everybody should be a DJ at a strip club. It's an amazing job. I also love when it's a job where you're like, that sounds horrible, and then they're like, no, it was great.
It was wonderful.
He's been a DJ at multiple strip clubs.
Wow.
Like one in Indiana, one in Chicago.
That's so fun.
Yeah, and then he was like saying these terms, I wouldn't know them. He'd be like, "Oh, kids." I know. So we had that, and then he told me about how he had sex on a train for 6 hours straight.
How did you get there?
I don't even remember.
What was the
That's
question that unlocked
so
that? Were you like, have you ever had sex on a train? He was like,
It was.
actually, yeah, things I've been waiting for someone to
That's
ask
the
me.
thing that's so crazy about these conversations is when you are in the midst of them. I guess inertia is not the right word now, but they have so much momentum that it's like after the initial 3 questions, it's like really all the work you have to do. And then you can just sort of sit back and the other person does all the work.
Yeah.
And you just have to sort of like gently guide them. But I mean, he was completely off. He was like doing his own thing. And he was like, we were on the train. We had sex for 6 straight hours. She was on top of me. She would be riding me. And then we'd get to the stop. She would just stay still. Nothing's wrong, conductor. And then we'd start going. She would start going again. He's like, 6 hours straight. Isn't that incredible? And I'm like, that's incredible.
That's crazy.
I know. It was so nuts. And then the next day I come in and my manager is like, Gork brought you in something, and I go into the break room, and it's that
a
box
Wii?
with the Wii.
Whoa, and now you have like a physical representation of that
I have
conversation.
a physical representation of it.
That's so cool.
It's in the box. He gave me like a surfboard with it, like a snowboard with like a Wii Fit thing. He threw in extra stuff.
That's incredible.
I know. And now
That's
every
so
time I see him, he's like, you get the Wii? And I was like, oh, I got the Wii. And it's like, I didn't even do anything. I didn't tell him anything about myself.
Right.
I just listened to him talk to me. It's like, I almost won twice.
Yeah.
He just told me all this crazy shit, and I got a Wii.
Yeah. No, I think that's what makes life like nice. Is like going through life like that. I think that's good. I had a follow-up question. It's gonna be kind of funny, but
Sure.
I forgot it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't
What was
know.
your second strikeout?
I don't think I had a good one. I don't remember. I don't know. Next question.
I was in an elevator and I had a conversation recently.
Oh, yeah? What
and
was the
it actually
conversation?
went well, but
Okay.
it went well because it didn't go well initially.
Okay,
And
what
so now
happens?
I'm thinking, do you have to always have something kind of not go well so that you can address it to then go
Ooh,
well? Because when you were
interesting.
saying in the elevator, it's so hard to start a conversation cold, like
It is.
completely cold.
Yeah.
Like you need something to happen. Like in climbing, if you're trying to talk to a girl, it's so much easier if she does like a sick move, and you can be like,
And you can
"That
be
was
like,
cool."
"Sick
Yeah,
move."
yeah.
Yeah.
So she throws you the alley oop of a sick move, as opposed to just walking over to her and being like, "How long have you been climbing?" You know what I mean? It's like such a different. I was trying to explain that to my friend.
that's
It's like
really true.
the same question. How long have you been climbing? It's creepy in different contexts.
I think it's also like a self-fulfilling prophecy because like you need to have done it enough times and it goes well that you go into the conversation knowing like this is gonna go okay.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a snowball.
Yeah, it is. And like looking straight into their eyes,
Yeah.
just being like, I can't look.
So has that been going well for you? Like,
Well, it's gotten me into some trouble now because I have like.
you're like too charming now.
I'm too charming. Well, it's just it's tough because I truly don't like opening up to people a lot, and they expect you to open up after they've opened up.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've got like 8 people in my life who have told me a lot of crazy shit, and they definitely, I don't know.
You don't like talking about yourself?
I like talking about myself if it's about like Aztec,
Okay.
you know?
So like if someone asks you like a deep, insightful question that makes you go, huh? Like you don't enjoy like talking about
I
that?
feel like I'm always just not getting the answer right, which is stupid because there is no
are you
answer.
feeling like self-conscious? Like I need to answer this
maybe.
better? Do you ever reach like a flow state where you're like, whoa, I never got to talk about that. Thanks for asking.
Flow state. Oh my God. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I reached a flow state playing Cuphead with Jackson White. It was unbelievable. It was the craziest thing I've ever done.
Uh-huh.
I did the entire level by myself.
Okay.
I hope Jackson doesn't hear that because at the end, I was like, we were a team. But it was truly the most intense flow. I mean, and while I was in flow, I had a moment of just smiling and being like, this is happening. I'm riding the wave.
Yeah.
And every single hit, every single parry, every single, I mean, it was just
We've all been there,
unbelievable.
brother.
But with a question recently, I don't think I have. Well, I think something I run into a lot is with my family and my siblings. Whenever I'm home, I feel like I'm the least interesting person there, and I can't talk about myself. And I'm not I've been like trying to think about why I think that is, because I'll just sort of like take a back seat, and it's like they've all got very interesting things going on.
Okay.
They're all interesting, but it's also that level of, and I hate to say this, but you're like, they don't really know what to ask with comedy.
Yeah.
Where like somebody will be like, oh, how was like your little
You're
skit?
just like waiting for like the exact right question and
It's
then
like-
it'll open up.
Yeah, it's like all I could. And then if you get a great question, I hate not being in an environment conducive to answering that with
Yeah.
detail. So it's like if you're standing at a bar, and first of all, it's so bad for having conversations. If you're standing at a bar with like 3 people, and one of them is like, "How do you write? Like, what do you? How do you like go from like thinking of it to getting it on stage?" I'm like, "Well, this is a 40-minute conversation."
And it actually means a lot to me.
And it
I'd love
means
to tell
so
you.
much
Yeah.
to me,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to. So now I have to phone it in, and then you're not even going to think I care about it.
Yeah.
Or I try to go into it, and then you're like, "Oh, what's up, Dan?" And you like dap someone else up,
Yeah.
and then we just move on to another conversation. And
Yeah.
you're like,
I think I always hated, like, when I was in college, I would always be like, let's all hang out here longer before we go to the bars. This sounds like really fun. We can, like, all talk to each
I
other and do
know.
the exact same
I
thing, but no one's,
know.
like, yelling over the music. But then you look stupid because everyone's like, let's go to the... I'm like...
it's infuriating,
Yeah.
and it's annoying too because individually. I think we talked about this on your pod. On the individual level, every single person will tell you, be like, "Yeah, I don't really like bars. You can't really have conversations."
Yes.
Every single fucking person.
But then you get in a group and there's, like, this,
all
like,
of a sudden,
group
there's
thing
a
that
hive
takes
mind,
over. Right!
And you're like, I didn't know Pav could even
You're
dance.
the loser idiot
I know.
that, like, wants to go get pancakes.
It's so.
Yeah.
It's like I thought we were a team.
I think it's like a psychosis. Like, I think
They hear,
it's
like, a certain frequency of the
yeah,
music.
They do.
But then, wouldn't you just rather be
Just talk,
in that?
Yeah, you can still drink if that's what you're like. It's like,
And then they're
just be in
like,
a
"Why
different
aren't you having
environment."
fun?" You're like, "I wish I could be having fun." Why? It's like when you're a fucking picky eater and someone, "Why don't you like that?" It's like, I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. I didn't choose to have this. I would love to
I
eat
would
everything.
love to be tolerable to be around.
Exactly. I would love to be a great time. I would love to be able to dance and sing, and everybody be like, "Oh," but I can't do that. Okay? And then you have a one-on-one conversation. They're like, "But you can talk so much. You're clearly extroverted." It's like, we're in a controlled environment. This is so fucking different. I can't believe you're even making this comparison.
What questions do you think you would want, like, your family to ask you directly that would, like, open that up?
Well, I don't even know. I was talking to my sister about this. I mean, my sister and my brother do it to a less extent, but speaking of flow state, my mom can enter flow effortlessly.
Like,
But it's,
conversation-wise?
it's flow away from your conversation.
I think that's all moms.
It's so funny, and we all make fun of her for it because we'll be like playing a board game or something, and it'll be like, "It's your turn, Mom," and she'll just like her eyes just glaze over and she'll just get up like she's possessed and just start doing dishes. And we'll be like, what the fuck is going on? But she's so in flow. And you're like, this is like Buddha's. Monks spend like years trying to achieve what you do. And all it takes for my mom to achieve flow, total flow, at like absence of thought, is me just be like, yeah, so I got a show with Dan Donahue.
Wait, my mom does the same thing. It would it would embarrass me because like she'll be having a conversation with her and like let's say that you're me and I'm my mom.
Sure.
And you go like, I'm really worried about this test that's coming up.
I'm really worried about this test that's coming up.
My garden has been doing really well this year.
Oh.
Like just like doesn't even like address like, oh, that's nice, here's a new topic. It's just
She's a diminisher.
That's all moms. Like all moms.
Yeah, but they still care about you so deeply.
Yeah.
And it's so confusing. But yeah,
but
that
then,
happens
like, they
so
want to
much.
connect so bad. It's like, why don't you ever tell me anything about your life?
And it's like, I've tried a
Trying
1,000
so
times. And every time my mom, she will do sometimes she'll do a version of that. And by the way, I truly love my mom so much.
Yes, of course.
And I respect her a lot. I should lead with respect. No, but she'll do where I'll tell her something and it'll be like a really big deal to me. And I'll be like,
how are you presenting
kind of getting it. I feel like I'm a good storyteller.
Okay.
And like, it's like, I'll do it. I'll tell her something. If I tell that Dan Donahue thing to you or a comic, they're like, wow, that's so cool that you got that opportunity. And then I tell my mom and she will look at me and go, okay.
Just another Tuesday.
What do you want to watch? And
yeah.
it's like, oh my
this means
God.
the world to me.
And then
this is the reason I exist.
The only reason I actually got to her a little bit with the Dan Donahue thing is because we were talking about it and she was like, okay, that's cool. Very cool, honey. And then it's sort of just like, that's like a punctuation mark. Mm-hmm. And then she turned on the TV and he was on the TV in the old Navy commercial.
Whoa.
And I was like, that's him. That's the guy. That's the guy incredible. I opened for. And she was like, ah.
That's it? The universe conspired? And she goes, ah.
That's as much as she can
do.
Oh,
no. Yeah,
well, it's
there's
like
no solution.
when you're a kid and you get Christmas presents. Do you remember the first Christmas when you stopped jumping up and down and screaming like a lunatic? It was did you ever do that? Or were you always just like cerebral?
It's like, book about the Aztecs. Thanks, Mom.
Wait till 60 pages in. It's sort of like, I feel like once you hit a certain age, you just sort of can't muster.
You have like a professional relationship with your parents.
Sort of. Are you saying me specifically?
No,
or
like
in
the general you.
Yeah, I think so. But then on the flip side, do you ever see people who have like a great relationship with their parents and you're sort of like, that's too much?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's like, what would be good? I don't even know.
I think I would complain no matter what.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this broad is always on my back, wanting to know about my hopes and dreams. Yeah.
Sorry.
So many people have like, there's so many comics that like, someone did one recently that's like nothing, like he like likes his mom, but he's like, nothing annoys me more than when she just like calls me to chat. Mm-hmm. Like he's like sending her, like she's like, I'm going to send you an article. He's like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, why would I want to read this stupid ass article?
And then it's a great article, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is that Berbiglia?
No.
I swear to God, I've heard that.
But yeah, everyone's talking about it.
I have the same thing too, where it's like my mom will do she'll try to do something where it's sweet like that. She'll send me like a recipe, like New York Times, like chicken breast, best recipe.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, why are you doing this? And then I'll make it and it's the best chicken I've ever had. And I'm like, this was delicious.
Needs to be studied. I don't know.
Yeah, there's something, and then like, I mean, the whole like daddy issues thing is like, is it possible to be a good dad? Is that even possible? Does anybody have a good review of their own dad?
I recently kind of yelled at my dad, which I never do.
Whoa.
It felt awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah.
In person?
Over the phone.
Okay.
But I was like, and then you did this, and like I'm like very like well disciplined. Like I don't like, but that felt so good. I was like, everyone should do this all the time. Like yell at the people that are closest to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fun. Very silly.
And then did you hang up? Like, was it like a dramatic hang up,
No,
or was it like you
then
stayed on the phone and worked it out?
Yeah, we did some problem solving and ended up in a good place. But it's very fun because like in life, you don't think that you can like get mad at someone. Like you're like, I'm not close enough to you to like rock the boat. Mm-hmm. But to like find out like, oh, like we're actually close enough to do like conflict resolution and like everyone's fine. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, yeah.
overcoming. Have you ever done that in relationships where you just yelled at someone?
No, I don't yell it. No.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
I've heard about it and it seems so cool. I want to
don't
like
think you
throw plates
should.
with people.
No.
And have I'll like duck as
no.
a mug.
Well, I do because
smashes the wall behind me.
I do think because like there's different approaches. Like one thing I appreciate about John is like he like never speaks like
Shout out,
negative
John.
to me. Shout out John. He like never like I'll like leave the dishes. He'll never be like you fucking always leave the dishes. What's your fucking problem? I'll be like no, it's so fine. I love the opportunity to clean up your dishes. Which is like very very kind. And then I know people in my life who like very directly immediately they'll be like what the fuck is your problem? There are dishes everywhere. I hate this. And I think there's like benefits to both.
I was going to say that they're both. I mean, the other one, like the latter, is very direct and communicative.
And I think like when you're direct and communicative, it like puts the other person at ease.
It does. There's nothing hidden.
You're like never like, oh, am I pissing them off and I don't know it? Because you know if you do, like immediately they'll be like, hey, like you suck, like change this, and that's very fun.
There are some people who are like perpetually angry, but it's very endearing, and I
Yeah.
love that. Like when they're always yelling at you and shit, but then between the yell they'll like smile, and you're like, dude, this is great.
Or they
I
start
love that-
giggling. If you
Yeah,
start making them
exactly.
laugh when they're mad, oh,
That's the absolute best.
that's huge. Yeah.
My dad was so scary because he would yell at you, and then I mean it was sort of the same thing, but it was like so unpredictable. Where like one day he would yell at you, and then the next day like the exact same thing would happen, and he'd be like, "That's hilarious,"
Whoa.
and then you'd be like, "I don't know what's gonna."
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
How did you respond to that? Like how did that impact you?
Like a smart ass, which was not a good
Okay.
way to do it. So
Yeah.
I just like egged it on, which
Yeah.
was very bad.
Okay. Were you like always? I feel like were you like always on edge then? Kind
Oh
of.
my god, it was terrifying. Being in his house was like walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
It would literally be like, and he would do the thing where he like falls asleep on the couch with the TV on, and there's only one TV, so he'd be like, I want to watch something. So you'd like turn the volume all the way down, and then switch to the NFL channel, and then you'd like quietly sit there and just like, and then he
It's
would
like
just
adrenaline?
yeah, he would just be like, turn it back,
Okay.
change it back,
Yeah.
put it back to the military channel. I want to listen to D-Day as I fall asleep.
Would he get like mad too?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did like? Do you think that like changes your like patterns? Like
Well,
to
I
this
think
day?
that's why I don't yell at people. Is because my dad
you just
yelled
like you
so
overcorrect
much.
it, like not overcorrected, but you went the opposite direction.
It's just such an unattractive thing.
Yeah.
It's such a very I mean, also, I think it's cool because if you always yell, there's no power to you yelling.
yeah.
So then, you know, like when you yelled at your dad, I'm sure he was like, "Holy fuck!" Like I'm sure he was like, "Oh my Lauren." So it's like it's sort of cool to reserve it and be like, well, if I actually yell, you're really gonna know
Right.
that I mean this.
Yeah.
I've just never gotten to that point.
I was gonna say, have you ever yelled at
Well,
someone?
so I've
What's the
yelled at
closest you've gotten?
The closest I've gotten was when I broke my hand in lacrosse.
Okay, that's so valid though.
And
That's like physical pain.
It was well. It wasn't during the hand break. It was
Okay.
like 2 months into it,
Yeah.
and I was frustrated because I lost my job, my starting job. I was a captain on the team, but I couldn't play, so I just had
Yeah.
to stand there I was best friends with the kid who was playing goalie, but it was bittersweet watching him. But I was like, I want you to succeed so bad, but it's also like I could be.
And you're still going to every game.
Yeah, you have to every game, every practice, every film thing, every
Whoa.
single thing. And I just went into. I also I wasn't showering. I wasn't washing my hair. I wasn't cutting my hair. I didn't shave. I
Because
didn't
of the
eat.
injury or like because of how you were feeling?
I think it was because of how I was feeling.
Okay.
It was just sort of like I've worked so long for this. Like the senior year of college, that's your last year ever. It's not you're not going to go pro after D3 lacrosse. So I
Yeah.
was like, my entire lacrosse life has been building to this 1 year. This is
Yeah.
the only year that really truly matters. And then it got taken like a month in,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, that sucks so bad.
So frustrating.
So then I went into my car in the driveway and I screamed as loud as I could,
just to yourself?
just to myself.
Oh,
I
so you
screamed
didn't even like direct it at someone.
No,
you
I
were
just-
like, you piece of shit.
I just did it at the universe.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I came inside and everybody was like, how's it going? And I was like, it's fine.
Huh.
And then like a year later, they were like, we all heard you screaming in your car.
What's the angriest you've like gotten like to someone?
Hmm?
Like what's the angriest you've like expressed to someone?
That's a great question. Angriest I've gotten and like shown it to them?
Yeah.
I mean, I told a comic in Chicago that I wasn't friends with them. But I
Okay.
don't know if that was anger or just like...
Because they did something shitty or just you
Yeah, they
didn't
did
like
something
them?
shitty.
Okay.
And then they tried to act sort of like it didn't happen, and then they were apologizing and being like, "Oh, I want to be your friend still," and I was like, "We're not."
Okay.
But I don't even.
Did it feel like it was coming from anger or just like?
I think. Is it still anger if you were just like hurt? That's probably right.
No, it's not anger if you were just hurt. Yeah.
I don't know if it was anger. And obviously I've forgiven them and been like, sorry I said that. It's kind of crazy that I did that.
No, that's fair.
What about you?
The angriest I've gotten at someone, yeah, not a ton. Like I've always like been like even when I was a kid, like I wouldn't throw tantrums.
Mm-hmm.
Like as I would make a point of it, I'd be like, I'm being really chill about this.
Would you actually be chill, or was it obvious that you were like holding it in?
My mom all the time would be like, when you're a teenager, you're gonna be like hormonal and you'll be moody, and I was like, no, I won't. Watch me.
Nice. Way to fight the boss.
So like, but I think that
just
also
holding your period. I'm never having it.
That's very funny. No, so like I always was like, it's like virtue to like not.
It's virtuous.
Yeah, it's virtuous to be stoic.
Be stoic.
But
stoicism's pretty sick.
it's not fun, and also like friendships and stuff. It's so much better, I think, if you can like express like some emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have one friend that like she's like my only friend where like jokingly like we'll be like she'll be like my car is messy and I'll be like yeah your car is like super messy.
I love those friends.
Yeah, where you can just like
You're
be
it's
like
disgusting.
yeah, or like yeah that did make me mad or
Yeah.
like things like that. But yeah, I'm not a yeller. I don't know.
It's interesting you said that about being extremely calm when you were younger and still maintaining, because I would freak out when I was younger.
Yeah.
I had anger issues.
Mhm.
I would yell and scream, and that my parents called me the donkey because I would always kick
Whoa.
shit.
Yeah, until you were how old did you say?
Oh. I mean, I gave up the kicking. Probably, I'd say like 10 was the last. I always had like bad anger issues, and like. I mean, there was like a lacrosse game in middle school where I pulled myself out of the game and I went to throw my helmet and I slipped on the mud and fell into the mud. And I was like, put Fahad in. And it was like this scared Indian kid. Like, I don't want to go in. I was like, make him go in. So that was bad. And I'm still like a bad sport.
Because
I keep it more internal.
Yeah,
now.
because you're not like an outwardly like angry guy from what
No.
I can tell. So
No.
when did the switch
Try to
happen?
be happy-go-lucky. I honestly think it was probably something to do with my dad. Him dying. Because I feel like after that, I mean, even looking back to college, it's like, and that's why I have such pause about saying anything now, is because I know in 2 years you look back and nothing ages well. But I feel like in college, I was just thinking about this yesterday. I was like, I was such a child. I was such a child about so many things. I had no confidence. And looking back, it's like, why not? Why not just have confidence? And I'm just even talking about lacrosse. Like but it could have expanded to everything. It's like, why just make things worse for yourself and then be upset that things aren't good?
Fair.
Did that even answer?
Well, it kind of did. It was interesting. So you said like things kind of turned around for you like dispositionally like around the time your dad died.
Yeah, I think so.
Like gradually, or did you notice like a difference?
See, now I'm entering flow. This is good. It's great.
Good.
Great job.
Don't tell me that you're gonna throw
From
me
the
off.
Jack
Yeah, I'm
Hughes
gonna
School of
get
Hosting. I don't know. I think it was gradual.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, it's just fun to have fun. It's so okay. You know what? I think it was pretty instant after my dad died, because whenever you were at his house, it was just draining. It was exhausting. It was physically tiring to be around somebody that would get mad so much, and we think he was bipolar because it was just always flipping,
So
and you
tough.
never knew what was
Yeah.
going to happen, and it was just terrifying and exhausting. And then you'd go to my mom's, and it was literally like, mom picks you up and you get bagels, and then you're running through a meadow like with your hands on like
Your heart can
you're blowing
fly,
dandelions
yeah.
that are and then we had our dog.
You're like,
or
this is
whatever.
better.
No, literally, and you're like, it's just like if it can always be like this, so why not? Why not be like this? Why not have a good time like this? And that's one of the things I love most about my mom, is whenever you're with my mom, you're gonna have a great time, and it's relaxed and it's chill.
Yeah.
I love chill people. And then she even, like, my aunt came, and she's kind of like the embodiment of my dad, but in another person.
Yeah.
And even when she's there, we're like weathering the storm. And then as soon as she leaves it again, it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to just be with people that have that understanding of like, don't sweat it. Let's just
Yeah.
have a good time.
How do you think it was like a conscious decision or just kind of like happened?
I think it
over
just
time?
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I imagine it's like difficult because you can't like sit there and be like, okay, when this happens, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah.
You know, like how does that happen? I guess there's no way to know.
Well, I've also thought about like how I was like entirely present up until like my senior year of college. Like I didn't ever reflect or look back or think on anything. And then and maybe it was after the handbrake or something, but like it was like the first time in my life where I truly started actually being like, why do I do that? Or why have I done that? Or why do I act like this? And I just remember being a kid, my entire childhood, through all of high school and even like through college, I would say something, a teacher would pull me into the hallway and be like, why the fuck would you say that? And I'd be like, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
There's no way to know.
I know. Yeah. And then they'd be like, think before you speak. Think before you speak. And every time they told me that, I go, oh. Oh my God.
Who would have
that's
thought?
Such a good
That
idea.
is wild.
And then I'd go back and I'd be at my desk and I'd be like, I would literally be like, this is a game changer. I can plan everything out. Think before you speak. Think before you speak. Think before you speak. And then before you knew it, I was so present again that I would say another thing. What did I just tell you? And you're like, fuck. I completely forgot.
Remind me, what was it that you said?
So I think that's like just starting to click.
Yeah.
But now I think you have this too, where it's like you think about so much about what you're about to say, where it's like, well, now I'm like hindering myself.
Yeah. Well, it's just like creating the habits and then kind of like hoping it like goes okay.
Were you always aware then?
Yeah, I tried to do a joke about it, but it didn't work. I remember like being like little and being like, okay, people are like really off put by me, like conversationally.
Wait, how little were you when you had that epiphany?
Like probably before 10. And I remember like
it's very early.
Reading a book, and like in the book it was like, so I read a lot, and in the book it was like, oh, like micro expressions, like when you express something, like when you're talking to someone, your face has the expression on it before you say the words that like correspond to it. And I was like, this is a game changer, because before I would like say a sentence and then my face would do it, which is like super off-putting. So it would be like, you broke your hand? And I was like, this changes everything.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It looks like you're catching up to what you're saying. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's like what I imagine like in Ex Machina, if they're like building a robot, they're like, what is it about this robot that's unsettling people? And it's just the reaction and and like the speaking is flipped.
Yeah, which is like wild that we live in a world, because I think sometimes I have normal conversations.
Yeah, sometimes.
But then I'll be like, is it just because I read that book? Like programmed myself to be able to like talk to people and like
that. Yeah, that book was there were two paths. And you took the one of you definitely don't consciously react before you speak now.
No, now it's like
you built it in?
Yeah, I built it.
Do you remember the first couple of like conversations that you had after
people
that?
Are like at ease.
So it worked immediately.
The world. Yeah.
It worked immediately. So you were able to immediately switch it and being like,
yeah,
or be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about your arm, instead of
yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's so cool.
It's a game changer.
Good on you for having that breakthrough at such a young age.
That's what, like, you were telling me about this book that was like about like asking good questions.
And you were like, I know a thing or two.
I'm like, okay, eye contact is good too.
Oh, dude, I was like annotating the book on the plane. It was a bad look.
I think it is a good trait to like care about how to like connect to people, I think. But then you can overcorrect it.
You can overcorrect.
Then it feels like mechanical.
And then you're also like, how much of my responsibility is this in a group setting? And then like I was at a party right after I finished that book, and it was like one of those parties where like 4 of the people there didn't really know anybody, and they were sort of off in a corner, and then me and my friends were in another corner in a big group, and I was like, are we excluding them? Should we include them?
Yeah.
And then I look over at them and they're sort of like in their own thing. The guy was clearly like distraught about something, and I was like, but then it would be weird to just like bring them over. Yeah. We couldn't go over there because then we'd be intruding for them. And then my friends are like, Harry? And I'm like, because I'm not in the conversation. Then you're like
running through it.
Fuck.
But that is a really good instinct. Like, that's the most likable thing ever, is like when someone notices that you're like kind of uncomfortable, they pull you in, which is like a really good trait. But then you don't want to overcorrect it.
Exactly.
But I think life is just like making mistakes like that. Like, if you overcorrect and you're like, come on in, And they're like, actually, like, no, like he just broke his hand. He's talking about it. Sorry.
It was super traumatic.
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to like diminish it. That's not what I was trying to do.
It actually like truly doesn't matter.
No. It's tough. But sorry. Should I leave? I'll go read a book.
I
and
love
come
when
back.
you're stuck in a loop of everything you say everything you say sounds disingenuous even though it's not.
I lost the train of thought, but
it's a good thing to bring people in.
It is, and I think you just like need to like swing. One of my resolutions this year is I want to host something like monthly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do a pancake dinner at my apartments, and I'm doing it randomly selected. So like this month I'm doing people that live in my neighborhood that I know live in my neighborhood, but even if I'm not necessarily like very close with them.
Elevator person.
Yeah. So I'm like reaching out to people and like it's a nightmare because I'm like they're gonna hate this, and like everyone's like that sounds lovely, that sounds so fun, I'd love to be there.
So you've already reached out?
Yeah, I've already
that's
done
awesome.
it. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that every month. And I want to do like random category, like I want it to be kind of like a jury selection pool. Like I don't want it to be like people that I like picked because I'm like closest to them and they make me like least anxious.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like I have to figure out like categories of people.
That's very admirable.
Yeah, so that's my goal.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
and then since you're the host, you can sort of control the variables a bit more.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have everyone like make pancakes together and like add toppings, and then it's gonna be a story share. I'm gonna have everyone like bring something to share, and I think it'll be fine.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's making me sweaty to talk about it, but I think it'll be fine.
I think that's gonna be really good.
Yeah, that's the
I
goal.
feel like that's sort of what we're missing in society.
I think you're right.
That stuff doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody talks to strangers. This Scott Galloway guy, he tells his kids when they're being bad, he says, go outside and talk to a stranger. You're not allowed to come back till you come back in.
It's really good advice.
Or
You should
do
do
that.
it. Yeah. It doesn't sound corny, but I do think it's like really good for your soul to like connect with strangers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, those moments that you have where you just randomly get on the same page. There was a moment at my gym where this dad and his two sons were asking about the hot yoga, and one of his sons thought he said hot yogurt. And I don't know how it happened, but me and this dad were both clearly on the same page about that as an innuendo for cum. And I saw it in his eyes, and he saw it in my eyes. And the kid was like, I want hot yogurt. And me and the dad both laughed. And he was like, does mom like hot yogurt? And then he's like, oh, man. And then we were like, sometimes she does. And he was like, what do you mean by that? And then it just was... And there was one where like we really died laughing. He was like, "I want to try hot yogurt." And we're like, "No, you don't." And then the kid couldn't figure it out, but me and the dad were just so on the same wavelength. And then he left, and he was like, "Have a good one, dude." And we were both like buckled over laughing. And I was like, "That was amazing."
That's so
I
silly.
love those interactions.
Yeah,
I had another one where I do this bit. I'm sure you have bits that you do with strangers. My favorite bit of all time is if I'm about to cross the street and there's somebody in a car waving me on, I will not go.
It's not a bit. I just dislike it. It makes me so mad.
I refuse to fucking cross the street. So, and it's like, it's fun because you get to see how far they'll take it. And dude, there was this Mexican dude in New Jersey and he was...
You need to tell me his race.
I don't know. It was just cool. He was like a Mexican dude in like a beat up pickup truck. And it was like an alley or whatever, and he was like, go ahead, and I was like, no. And obviously we can't hear each other. Go ahead.
Yeah,
no.
you can kind of
go ahead. No. And then it gets to the point where I'm like bowing to him, and he's bowing to me, and then he's like doing like this sign. Like we were getting
you were getting
doing,
silly
like,
with
the
it.
airplane things, and then like it's like 5 full minutes.
Whoa!
It is, like we've both decided I'm doing nothing today.
You
but
need to
just
get his
waving
phone number and
person.
be his
It was
best friend.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's
it was
so
like
fun.
it was when Harry met Jose.
Yeah.
and then he went and he was like dying laughing in his truck. And I walked him to Chipotle, but I was like, yes, dude.
That's so lovely. That's so nice.
It's such a litmus test for how fun people are. Is if you just... Oh, that was another thing. Well, in the conversation thing, but also like a comedy book, it was like all comedy is just play. And you're just like engaging in play. And that's the same with conversations. Like if you're playful, people normally respond to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. The worst people don't, but most people do.
It's so annoying when they don't.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I was trying to...
Yeah, well, I don't know what the psyche of that is, but it is worse. I have probably a few more minutes. Should we talk about resolutions?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So your resolutions.
Uh-huh.
How many books?
30.
30 books. Picture books, okay?
Mostly picture, some
Mostly
chapter.
Picture, some chapter. Okay, what about comedy? What are your comedy goals?
Moved to New York City.
Whoa, this year?
Correct.
Whoa.
And
What
hit
month?
August.
Whoa.
Hit 1,000 sets total by the time I moved to New York City.
Hit 1,000 sets by August?
Well, no, total. So I've already done 641.
Got it.
So that's a lot. That's 1.4 sets a night,
Okay.
which is a lot.
Which you can do.
I think I could do it.
Yeah.
I think I could do that. No debt. Probably not gonna.
Whoa, that'd be huge.
Probably not gonna get that one.
Okay, that's fair.
What was the other one? I had something else. Oh, finish my book. Finish my next book. I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, grow a beard.
That's huge. That's my goal also.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Can I ask follow-up questions?
Please.
Okay, so you want to move to New York in August.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to New York as an adult doing comedy before?
I got to do New York Comedy Club.
Whoa.
Yeah,
How was
randomly.
it? When was that?
It was a couple months ago. I want to say October. I got a DM from one of my buddies, and he said he sent me the story of the guy who was featuring. His name's Matt Lopes for, oh my God, Corey B.
Okay.
This guy Corey B. He's at Batavia. Matt Lopes' feature puts out a post that's like, anybody know like Chicago comedy photographers?
Whoa.
So then my friend is like, I'm a fan of this guy from Instagram, sends me the story. I DM him. He's like, yeah, come through.
Whoa.
And it was perfect because the only like comedy photos I have on my Instagram are from Batavia.
Amazing.
It's like beautiful.
Yeah.
So I go hang with them in the green room, shoot the whole thing. I tell them, we're talking about like difference between New York and Chicago. And I'm like, oh, I'm actually in New York in a week. And they're like, do you want a spot? And I was like, I would love a spot.
Oh.
They're like, we'll DM you the details after or like right before. And so I don't know anything about the show. And then I'm in the airport about to take off. And that's the day of the show.
Okay.
And like it's that night. And the Matt guy, he DMs me and he's like, the show is Upper West Side.
Okay.
And then that's all he said to me. Upper West Side, like 7:15. And I was like, that's like not enough info.
Whoa.
So then I saw his story and it was New York Comedy Club.
So you're sweating. You're like, I'm not going to ask a clarifying
Exactly.
question.
Yeah. I was like, I can't. I just have to like go into every bar until I like, oh, there's a show happening. So he says he just says Upper West Side location. And then I see his story and it's like Mark Norman is on the lineup and it's at New York Comedy Club, Upper West Side. And it's a 9-minute walk from my sister's apartment in Upper West Side.
Whoa.
So I got
cool.
to just, it felt like a real comedian. Like I took a plane, I took a bus. I was just writing in my notebook, so nervous the entire time. Go to my sister's apartment, pace back and forth for half an hour, walk 9 minutes, go in. Are you Harry Meredith? Yes, I am. Mm. I did a set in front of like a packed New York Comedy Club.
Whoa, Harry, that's so cool.
That's amazing. So fucking cool.
Yeah, you are a real comedian.
So fucking cool. And I don't think they were expecting me to actually, I mean, maybe I'm just like saying that in my head, but like, I feel like I did better than what was expected of me because I saw them when I was doing it and they were like, whoa. And I was like, yes, dude.
Okay. How'd it go?
Good.
Okay. Nice.
So it was elite.
Okay.
And like one of my best friends was over there. And then my sister's boyfriend was over there. And they just found out last minute and they got to see. My family hasn't even seen me, but they have both seen me. And then it worked perfectly because we went to my uncle's wedding. And so everybody was like, oh, you got to see Harry do stand-up. How was it? And he was like, it was good.
Whoa.
And I was like, I got an endorsement.
Yeah, one endorsement. Yeah. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That was cool.
How did you feel about it afterwards? I don't know. That's fine. You can move past it. That's fine. I'm just trying to ask a follow-up question here, Harry. Sometimes you swing for the fences. And sometimes the questions are bad. Could be worse.
We're talking too much about me. We're talking too much about me.
It could be a worse question. No.
Your resolutions.
Okay. No, so your resolution. So you're going to move to New York in August.
Sure.
Does your lease end in August?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Are you going to have a roommate in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know who it's going to be?
Potentially.
Okay, cool. All right, I have no more follow-ups.
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
Matt Calhoun's going to be one of them for sure.
Okay, that'll be so fun.
Matt Calhoun, Maddie.
He's very funny.
Beam me up, Maddie.
Yeah.
But what about you?
I
mean, obviously famous and
not yet.
Okay,
you're getting a little bit ahead of it. 2026, I want to do 100 shows.
Nice, dude. How many did you do this year?
Like 80.
That's pretty good.
We're working on it. I had some dry months that panicked me, but yeah, I want to ask for things.
That's good.
That's huge. I want to have a half hour of solid material. That's the goal.
How much do you have now?
18 minutes.
18? That's very exact.
Yeah.
Not 20?
Not 20.
Damn.
It's
You're
like
like 4 jokes away.
yeah, and then I also have like incremental goals. Like right now, I'll do like 30 seconds per set. Is like responding to something in the room. I want it to be like a
Ooh,
minute and a half.
that's good.
Yeah, I'm not good at it, so things like that. I want to make a certain amount of money from social media, and
How much money?
$5,000.
From just comedy social media?
From TikTok. Yeah.
How do you do that?
I have an account where I talk about politics, and I've made money from there before. So I'd like to get back into it 'cause it's also really fun to
Yeah.
like talk about things. So yeah,
5Gs would be really nice from that.
that'd be really cool.
With the 18 minutes and that being your exact time, I feel like your jokes are very like clickable. Like you can like click them on
Into
like
other
Lego
things,
bricks, almost
yeah.
like building up.
Yeah, yeah.
So is it literally just your 4 jokes or whatever away from that? And is that easy to build time with
That's
your
a
kind
really
of
good
jokes?
question. Thank you for asking.
Of course.
I'm
a follow-up?
really yeah. Oh, that's excellent.
How did you feel about it after? I'm sorry. That was me.
No, I didn't- that helps. Could like see me sweating and like,
I've got a
I'm,
great
like
follow-up.
yeah, I'm not even listening to anything you're saying. I'm like, what's the next follow-up gonna be?
Get a load of this follow-up.
No, I do have like premises that I really want to make work, but they're not working. So it'd feel really good to be able to work those in to the set.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool.
So when you do 20, where do you put the week 2?
The middle.
Smart.
Yeah, for sure. But also I have sometimes I start sets like I start with like purposely like off-putting jokes, and it's like a little alty. It's like when people love it, they love it. But then most of the time they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I'm on like a bigger show, I'm like I'm gonna stick to the classics. But I would like for that to become part of like the regular sets.
Do you find that starting a set is the hardest part?
Sometimes, yeah. It depends on like where I'm at in the like if I'm going bullet for sure. Like it has to be like very tight and very quick.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like third or fourth and it's going well, then I'll like do a longer joke. What about you?
I've started. Yeah, I do. I feel like starting is the hardest part. And the reason I asked that is because so many comics have told me that they agree with that. And like, how do you start a set? Bobby Lee. I'll say 2 things. Bobby Lee said that what he does is he goes up there, and your thing about like addressing something in the room reminded me of this. He'll go up there and he'll just see how long he can talk without doing any of his material. Sometimes it's 10 seconds, sometimes it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do that, and that's fun. But Joe List does this thing, and this has worked very well for me. And I think I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but
No.
you're very good at like manufacturing tension through like awkwardness. And sometimes I'll just go on stage and I'll just
Yeah, just let it build.
and you
Yeah.
just don't even say anything, and you just go, all right,
Because
here we are, and it just always works. It's
There's
so
a
weird.
Perfect formula to it. Like it can't be too much and it can't be too little, and it has to be exact timing, and it's like brilliant when it's done well. But then it's like high risk, high reward.
It is.
Yeah.
But you really gain their trust when you do it.
Yeah, when you do it well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was that?
I ran out of follow-ups.
Okay, should we end the pod?
Yeah, should it have a better ending?
No. I mean, maybe. It would
Okay.
be poetic, though, wouldn't it?
All right. Should we do a sign off?
Yeah. You should.
Thanks for having me. Cool, cool apartments.
Let's make an agreement before. Oh, actually, you're not going to be famous by then.
I'll be on the way.
Never mind.
What's the
No, it's not
agreement?
gonna be the same.
Actually, would you like to have a competition to
Yeah,
get famous?
let's have a competition.
I think competition is very
What-
healthy.
what does the
and
winner
very
get?
good. Okay, loser.
That's a better, yeah. The winner gets fame.
Loser has to post a PowerPoint about what they could have done better.
Okay.
I'm open to ideas here as
I
well.
was gonna say. Brutal.
You're welcome to collaborate.
I think we
on the
we can
brainstorming process.
we'll ponder on
Okay.
what the loser has to do. But how do we quantify fame? Are we just going followers?
I think you have to.
Damn it, dude.
Or it can be like an
You could
intangible
collab one
feeling
time
in
with the
your
Rizzler
heart.
and overtake me.
No, I think you'll be famous. I think you'll be famous.
We're all gonna make it.
We're all gonna make it.
That's what's great.
Beautiful. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you. That was fun.